Looks like we've got a batch of shinies, Commander. Shinies, sir? That's right. Your armor. It's shiny and new. Just like you. If you get that reference, you're a real one. It means you watch Tank Engine Studios. Hi, folks. It's my room tour time. Yay! Are you guys so excited to see this? This place is a mess. I warned you guys over on my community tab that my room is not in the best shape right now as I am currently moving, and there's stuff everywhere. But I can at least still show you where some of the remaining artifacts of my collection still live. This is my closet door. There's no way I'm showing you guys inside of my closet. It's horrifying in there. Stuff everywhere. So we're not going to go in there today. But next to my closet, I've got this little picture of Iron Man from the end of Avengers Endgame. This was painted by a local artist here in Kentucky. His name's Nate Michaels. There's his signature down there. Picked this print up from a comic book store known as The Great Escape. It's a really cool place, and Nate Michaels is a really good artist. I've got a couple of his pieces. This one's one of my favorite ones. Over here, we've got my Venom poster that I got when we went to see Venom in theaters opening night. Got this little IMAX poster here. We've got this little 3D artwork of Iron Man that I think came from like Hobby Lobby or something. Up above that, we've got my little Arrow. Arrow's definitely one of my favorite television shows. It's one of the best comic book TV shows that's ever been made. We've got my little pops up here of that. Malcolm Merlyn, the unmasked variant of Deathstroke, Green Arrow when he changed his outfit in Season 4, Felicity Smoke, and Black Canary. And then above that, I can zoom in a little bit here. I've got, oh, that's really zoomed in. We've got a signed picture of Katie Lotz, I believe that's how you pronounce her last name, who played Sarah Lance, who is Black Canary right there. Down below that is the black movie shelf. This has been in my room for a very long time. Came from Walmart, and it's been my main movie shelf for a long time. This thing has housed Legos, Blu-rays, DVDs, clearly action figures, but right now it's not housing much of anything. This shelf has been all but boxed up. We've just got some random junk still on it that need to go in boxes and such, including my Imperial display here from my Star Wars Black Series action figures. Vader and the Emperor are supposed to be up there. I don't remember what happened, why they're over here now. They should be up there, commanding over the Imperial forces here, but we've got all kinds of figures here. This amazing custom zombie stormtrooper I got off eBay. Just, wow, an amazing custom there. You got, like, Migs Mayfeld in there. There's the Grand Inquisitor George Lucas in Stormtrooper outfit, and then all the Imperial officers up here. Tarkin, Veers, Thrawn, Rampart, and Piet. And then these are my first 3 Funko Pops I ever picked up. The Iron Man and Ultron were numbers 1 and 2. Wolverine was number 3. I got him in Gatlinburg. So those guys are really important to me. They'll definitely have a place in the new house. Down here, though, is just, again, some more random stuff, like Death Trooper and Captain Enoch 2-pack, Stitch, just chilling. That's supposed to be a Christmas ornament, but doesn't have a hook on it right now. A doorknob, because I had to replace mine. Alex Trebek, a mint julep glass. Some more random stuff, like Wolverine Funko Pops, Stitch in Red 1, the Coca-Cola bottle from Galaxy's Edge, Megan Levy digital copy, which I think's already been redeemed. And then just some more random stuff. This MacBook down here has been the bane of my existence for the last few months. I bought this thing on eBay with the expectation I could fix it up, use it as a half daily driver, like I would switch between Mac and Windows because I want to learn the Mac space. I don't have a lot of experience with Mac, so I want to learn Mac OS. But this thing has been awful. It's been very temperamental with me. I bought it in not working condition from Goodwill on eBay. I've done all kinds of things to it. It still doesn't work because I think the power button is broken. So after a logic board replacement, a charging port replacement, and 2 separate MacBook chargers, now I've finally figured out that I think the power button doesn't work, which means I've got to buy a new top case for it. I know I announced that I was going to make a video on that because I assumed that it was going to be easy. It's not easy. That video has unfortunately been canceled because there's so much stuff that went wrong with this repair. I'm too far in to just say screw it and get rid of the MacBook entirely because I want to see this thing working. So I'm gonna buy a new top case for it. I'm gonna see this thing working at some point. I've invested too much money into it to just say screw it and move on. Now we move up here to the desk. Back to wide angle here. There we go. Now you can see my beautiful, beautiful desk that is still kind of a mess. But would you believe, though, that this is the cleanest it's been in a while? I used to have a long row of Marvel action figures up here from the Marvel Legends line. I took those down because I'm moving, so they're all in a tub right now. Kept my Star Wars ones, though, because I wanted you guys to see what this looked like. And the Marvel shelf just kind of was cobbled together. It didn't look that great. This up here, though, I'm really proud of. This display up here at the top. Zoom in, camera. There we go. We've got my beautiful Gentle Giant bust of Grand Admiral Thrawn up there. And then I've got the main trio from each of the trilogies. I've got Luke, Leia, and Han there from Episode 4. Episode 5. Get a little break there with some Lando and Chewbacca action. And then the trio from Episode 6 on Endor. And then bookending that with the beautiful Gentle Giant bust of Darth Maul from Rebels, not Grand Admiral Thrawn. They're on this beautiful Black Series stand that came out during the 40th anniversary of A New Hope. It came with a carded vintage Darth Vader action figure. Black Series Darth Vader, excuse me, not an actual vintage Vader. But the stand is really cool. I definitely want to set this back up in the new space. Probably with a different configuration, though. I like this, but it's been up for a while. I think it's time for a change. Then below that, we've got more Pops. I used to be really into Pops, not as much anymore. I really only buy one or two, maybe a year now. I used to buy them all the time, but I'm way more into action figures now. But we've got a row of Iron Man Pops. We've got them all from Tales of Suspense number 39, Mark 1 Iron Man 3 variant, Civil War, Infinity War, the Patina 80 Years Iron Man, and then Avengers Endgame Iron Man. That's not really from Avengers Endgame, it's kind of a custom piece there. Then underneath, we've got Colossus, and then some Batman Pops here, and then Vision from Collector Core. My arc glass was kind of in the way of that Batman there. That's Comic-Con Batman. He's holding a Comic-Con bag. One of my favorites. This is kind of cool, too. This is a HO scale UPS truck that I bought the last time I was at Entertainment. I used to work for UPS, and kind of cool that that's here. That'll forever be a piece on any shelf in any space that I live in. So we'll move on down here to some of these little cubby holes here. These guys have been on my desk since I first started collecting Pops. This has been one of my main displays here. It's Han Solo, Chewbacca, Kylo Ren, and a First Order Stormtrooper, all from The Force Awakens. I like it too because it kind of connects to each other. Like the First Order Stormtroopers connected to Kylo Ren because they're in the First Order. Kylo Ren and Han Solo, father and son. And then Han Solo and Chewbacca, best buds. Same thing over here with my Solo display. Lando and Han, they're obviously frenemies in that movie. Han and Dryden, they know each other. And then Dryden was underneath Darth Maul for a while there. That's actually the Rebels Darth Maul. They haven't made a Darth Maul from Solo, but that's the best representation of Darth Maul from Solo. And then Muscular Patrick. I don't know where that came from, but that's very funny. So over here we've got a Rebels display. There's Zeb, Ezra, Hera, Kanan, Chopper, Sabine, and then Ahsoka is back there behind Sabine. I would like to change this display up too. It's not the best. You can't really see Ahsoka back there. Below that, some collectible coins. There's my Thomas Comes to Breakfast limited edition piece there, along with the 1989 Batmobile. And underneath that is a little drawer thing that goes in this cubby. It fits in there perfectly, but it's got some Game Boy Advance games and then Legos. And then here's some random stuff on my desk. That's a bust of Darth Vader from Galaxy's Edge. Beautiful piece. There's me. That's me represented in bobblehead form. I was really into golf when I was about 15, 16 years old. Deadpool sitting on top of some cassette tapes. That's actually not a cassette, that's a USB drive for the Weekly Planet. And then there's me in pop form, with Lando there, and a Wolverine head. There's just random stuff littered all throughout this desk, as you can tell. Oh, this is a cool piece. This I painted when I was in Boy Scouts. It's Patrick Star. He's like a little ceramic thing. I painted him, and then we baked him in an oven, and yeah, I made him Patrick. And then we've got my Oscar. I am an Oscar-winning director. Well, an Oscar-winning editor, I should say. I didn't direct the short film, but the short film we made at my church was known as Nuclear Overdrive. It's actually on my channel right now if you guys want to watch it. It's kind of an older short film that we made probably about 9-10 years ago, but that's my Oscar. I am an Oscar-winning editor. This is my computer. One of them. I have multiple computers. This is my old Asus that the screen died on, and I still don't know why it did that. But I've got it hooked up here to this little Walmart brand monitor, and it's worked out really well. I've had this set up for about a year now, and works just fine. It's just stupid that this doesn't support Windows 11. So when Windows 10 ends support here pretty soon in October of this year, I'm kind of screwed with this guy. Maybe I'll put Linux on it or something. But as you can see, it's currently going through some raw rips that I've got going through here. This is the program I use, Handbrake, to compress all of my files down. So I can fit as many movies and TV shows as I can onto my two huge drives, which you'll see later on when I show you the server. Right now, what are we on? Are we doing Demolition Man still? Yeah, we're still doing Demolition Man. 4K takes a long time to encode through Handbrake, because it's 4K content. There's a lot of visual information that it has to squeeze down into a smaller file size, but it's definitely worth it in the end. We've got 2 hours and 13 minutes remaining on that. Got this little statue of Darth Vader sitting over here, along with some random stuff that I need to rip. House, final season, first season of The Apprentice, and then this Cars Blu-ray that I'm going to do a supplemental on Home Media Reviews at some point. There's some more random stuff. Picture of me and Hope when we first got engaged. Back behind there is just some random computer parts, like some RAM and stuff. Up here, in this little cubby, we've got a little clone display going here. We've got Jango Fett, Commander Fox, Commander Wolf, and then Fives, Echo, and Jesse, all in their ARC Trooper armor there. And then there's Omega as well. That's the first version of Omega, because the second version is up here with the rest of the Bad Batch. We've got Tech, Hunter, Echo, Crosshair back there, and then Wrecker. This one I'm really proud of. I like this display a lot, but may change it up in the new space. And then we've got Kit Bull. That is a little figure from the Pixar short film of the same name. It's a black cat and a white pit bull. I mean, Hope and I should have got this figure for free. We have this in real life. This little guy over here is kind of cool. This is Strawberry DNA. Came from a science class, I think back in like high school or something. But it's DNA that's been extracted from a strawberry. Kind of hard to see there, but it is pretty cool. So that's the desk, along with my chair. Oh, this is the laptop that's been giving me problems. If you've watched my last couple streams, you know that this guy has been kind of temperamental streaming from it. Whenever I plug it in, the thing blue screens. I don't know why. I'm thinking it has something to do with the fact that it gets too hot, maybe? The thermals aren't good, so I'm going to try to change the thermal paste on it at some point. But, yeah. It's a great laptop. I just wish it wasn't so temperamental. Over here, I have the remnants of a little action figure corner I had going here before I got this little shelf here from Hope. But up here, these are really cool pieces. Hope got these for me a few years ago. It's the prototype. It's the patent for the Boba Fett action figure right there. And the Slave One. They're not actual patents, not like the actual patent or anything like that, but they're little prints of them, and they're really awesome. And then this has been in my room for a really long time. Jedi Master Garrett. I remember before I revealed what my name was, I had to censor that in a lot of videos. I couldn't film from this area here because that was there. But that's pretty cool. My parents got that for me. Got some remnants of my action figure corner again. This vintage Han Solo on Endor. This guy right here, this Commander Cody's really cool. This is from the last wave of Clone Wars figures in 2013, back when the show was canceled. And this wave never came out in America. They were exclusive to Canada and Europe. I got that on eBay years ago. I probably owned this for a decade plus, but it's really cool to have. I got some Saga collection figures, some clones, and then General Grievous. My beautiful, beautiful Millennium Falcon Lego model here. Love this guy. Another Christmas present from Hope. Just amazing. I love this thing. There's a little Lego Imperial Shuttle as well. And then down here, it's my Mandalorian and my Book of Boba Fett shelf here. I've got all my Mando figures and all my Book of Boba Fett figures in there. There's Boba on the throne with Fennec. Everyone's in here. I don't need to name them all, but they're all here. They're all hanging out. That's the new Mandalorian. Came out last year, I think, 2024. Great sculpt on that guy. Underneath here, there's some TV shows on Blu-ray and DVD. Arrow, The Bible, Better Call Saul, and Breaking Bad. And then Icons on Earth, The Simpsons, The Boys Season 3, and then Seinfeld is back there, and a couple of History Channel stuff. I think that's Extreme Trains and then Dirty Jobs. And like I said, this place is an absolute mess. We've got all kinds of stuff down here. My beautiful Phase 1 box set is sitting peacefully in shambles over here. Some stuff that I'm going to do supplementals on for home media reviews, along with Risky Business from the Criterion Collection, and then some random PC games. Episode guide for Batman. Anyone? Batman 1966? Anyone want a large-scale Marvel Legends Iron Man? I am fielding offers. For a while, I guess I thought I was going to start collecting fig pins. Obviously, I didn't go too far there. That toilet paper has H on it. I thought it was funny. So, because Hope. Hilarious. This has been on the back of my door for, again, a decade now. Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out in 2014. A buddy of mine went to the premiere and got me this poster. It's before I saw the movie, and I clearly have taped it very well because it has not fallen down or anything. The tape's a little weak. The movie stinks, but the poster's really cool. Going along this wall here, we've got some more random Star Wars action figures. There's Sebastian Shaw as Anakin Skywalker figure. Luke Skywalker in Jedi robes, along with the Emperor from Episode 1. Hope got me those. That's signed by Carrie Fisher. Retro Collection Han Solo, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Luke Skywalker there. And then here's some more vintage collection stuff. Clone Trooper, Anakin, Obi-Wan. There's Wolf. Fives, Echo. I have Jesse. He's not hanging up anywhere, but this clone from Revenge of the Sith. Captain Gray from the Bad Batch, and Hondo. My original plan was to have vintage collection figures running all across this wall. Clearly, I did not do that. These little protectors, man, they add up quick. I mean, to display these in the protectors don't cost just about as much as the figures do if you get them from reputable retailers. So it's really hard to put all your vintage collection figures in protectors. Clearly, I did not accomplish that goal, which is upsetting. This little display here has changed within the last month, actually. I remember it was the day before Hope and I found out that we got our apartment. I had just changed up this display. It used to have my Lego Iron Man helmet, Vader helmet, and Infinity Gauntlet on it, a couple other just miscellaneous things. But then I got this Phantom Menace Duel of the Fates 3-pack with Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and the new Darth Maul. So I figured, why not change it up and show off some amazing lightsaber duels. Got that one represented. Vader versus Obi-Wan on the Death Star, and then Ahsoka versus Maul from Season 7 of the Clone Wars. This is just kind of a temporary thing. This is Rebels Darth Maul convincing Ezra to open up the Sith chamber for him on... oh, what planet was it? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen Rebels. Whatever planet they were on. That one, right there. This Maul is actually wearing the robe from that Darth Maul. I took it off and put it on this guy, and it works really well. And underneath that, we've got my Star Wars shelf. You guys know I love Star Wars, so more figures and a lot of Star Wars on Blu-ray and 4K. Just Star Wars on physical media in general. We've got The Force Awakens, little Walmart holiday exclusive slipcover there. Robot Chicken, Episode 2. Star Wars Clone Wars Steelbook. Still need to do a supplemental on that. Icons Unearthed, Robot Chicken, Star Wars Episode 3, Padawan Menace, The Mandalorian Season 3 Steelbook, and Ahsoka Steelbook, Complete Saga, the original release, and then The Force Awakens 3D variant. Underneath there, that's every piece of Star Wars Blu-ray content, most of it anyway, that I own. Everything from the prequels, there's the Bad Batch represented in there, and Clone Wars Season 7. Those are not official. I just have to put that out there. Not official releases. I got them from a website known as Sloppy Second Sales. And then we've got my despecialized stuff that came from Odin's Movie Blog, or OMB Reviews, with custom printed cases on there. The Scarif Stormtrooper, Mon Mothma, Cassian Andor, Lothan Rail, Saw Gerrera, a Aldani Stormtrooper, just like an Imperial grunt, wherever like Cassian's homeworld is. I can't remember what the homeworld is. I'm sorry, there's so many things going through my head right now. I can't retain all my Star Wars knowledge. And then the only two figures from the Acolyte that I bought, because these are the two characters I like the most from that show, Master Soul and Jekki. In my own personal headcanon, I like to think that these two were Master and Apprentice, and Jekki didn't get skewered by the stranger in the Acolyte. Oh, and Soul didn't die either. He was fine. They both live happily ever after. Yeah, the Acolyte, it was fine. I liked it okay. I feel like the fan backlash to it was really harsh, and it didn't deserve that. It had some good ideas, but I didn't really care much for the characters, and I only really liked these two here. And then underneath there, a lot of my movies have been packed up again. We've got this shelf is barren, just a couple of things. Just got this in from OMB Reviews, another giveaway I won. Boy and the Heron on 4K. This is one of Hope's favorite movies from a few years ago, so that's for her. Just some more random stuff stacked up here. There's Kermit and Chopper. Chopper was a Christmas present from Hope's mom. So moving along from this shelf, we move on to the television. My beautiful Toshiba 50-inch 4K television with an Amazon Fire Stick built in. The Amazon Fire Stick, though, sucks, so I bought a Google Chromecast to go into it with Google TV included. This TV has been great. I bought it 4, 5, 6 years ago, and it's held up great ever since. It's a little finicky sometimes. After it installs a software update, it can take a little bit for it to realize it works, but for the most part, it's been a really good television. It's not an OLED or anything. I do want to get an OLED at some point, but for now, my Toshiba serves me well. I've got a Polk sound bar underneath there. That was a Christmas present a few years ago. Some Breaking Bad Funko Pops underneath there, all the way from Jimmy McGill to Saul Goodman. And then Daredevil and the Punisher are just kind of hanging out over there too. Below that, we've got the Goodwill PlayStation 4 Pro that I paid $30 for. If you guys watched the What I Was Doing While I Was Dead vlog, I think last year's vlog series, I found this PS4 Pro at Goodwill for $30. All I had to do was take it home. I did have to clean it up quite a bit. It was horribly disgusting, but after flashing the hard drive and reinstalling the operating system, boom, works just fine. Got this third-party controller too for pretty cheap. And my Xbox One S, my beloved Xbox One S. Bought this for Black Friday a long time ago, what it feels like, but it's been a workhorse, man. I love this guy. Watched a lot of 4K discs on that and played 3 games on it, maybe. I've got some more figures here. I've got Darth Malak, Starkiller, and Darth Revan on my PS4, and then Cal Kestis on my Xbox One. Again, just some more random stuff. It's a mess. Again, I just have to keep reiterating that. I need to clean this up. Oh, there's Little Boy Anakin Skywalker, just randomly there. and Tina from Bob's Burgers. And a $15 off coupon at Valvoline, in case anybody needs it. There's my Lego Darth Vader helmet. Used to be on that brown shelf I showed you earlier. My Lego Big Bang Theory set. And, yeah, there are my two droids. There's R7 D4 and R3 H11. You guys already know R7, but I don't think you've met R3 yet. He hasn't been introduced into the Lego Lover universe, canon, whatever you want to call it, yet. Hey, what's that hard drive doing down there? That is my new 14 terabyte WD drive. Western Digital Server Enterprise Grade drive, whatever the funny buzzword is to make you seem like you're getting a great deal on it. That's my new server drive. And this is the server. Right here, this is the Plex server. This is where all the RIPs live. This is a Dell Optiplex 780 right here, and the upgrades I've done to it are as follows. This shipped with 3 gigabytes of RAM. I installed 8 gigs of RAM to make it astronomically faster. I installed an SSD to be the drive that boots the operating system off of to make it, again, 10 times faster. I've got a 12 terabyte hard drive in there right now, along with the 1 terabyte hard drive that I'm going to yank out to put this 14 terabyte one in, because the 12 terabyte one was filling up. Oh, I also installed this Blu-ray drive here that's been flashed to work with 4K discs on my program MakeMKV, which, as you can see, we're actually ripping something right now. We're ripping Jurassic Park on Blu-ray. And this is the file transfer that's currently transferring my TV show library from Plex Storage 1 to Plex Storage 2. What are we on now? We're on Spectacular Spider-Man. Yay. 1.58 terabytes remaining. That's going to take a while, especially over USB 2. You've got this stack of physical media. If you know me, you know I love physical media. There's going to be stacks of it everywhere around this room. There's just no avoiding it with me, unfortunately. This is all stuff that I have to rip eventually, except for Demolition Man. I've already ripped that. That's got to go on the Arrow Video shelf at some point. Well, we've got, like, you know, Jurassic Park. I've ripped all of them in 4K. They're all ready to go. But I need to rip them in Blu-ray form, because not everyone has a 4K television. Legends of Tomorrow, Season 4 and 5. Blind Spot, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Disney VHS I still have to capture. Same with that one up there. Lightning McQueen Funko Pop and Junior Mints. Just random stuff, man. And a couple other things. This is my quote-unquote server rack, as I call it. I've got this little monitor here that I got from my aunt's house when she moved out of her condo. A little Logitech keyboard and mouse. And this is how I interact with the server for the most part. I think I'm going to keep this set up for the apartment. I'm not sure yet, though. Hope may say that the rack looks a little industrial, I suppose. I like the look of it, though. Here's my VCR, my beautiful Sony VCR and DVD combo unit. It's wonderful. And here's a Louisville flask, in case you need to get drunk on a Tuesday or something. I don't know. And then my printer, that doesn't work very well anymore. It's on its last legs. This printer came from my grandfather's house, and he moved out of his house probably 6-7 years ago. So this guy is literally on his last legs. It doesn't work with USB anymore. Like, nothing I do makes this work with USB. Everything is too new for this guy. So I have to print off of a flash drive. Honestly, when I move, I'll probably end up just chucking this. There's really no reason to keep it around. And if I stand up here, here's my Jedi Fallen Order poster. This is definitely getting hung up in the new space. I love this thing. I love Jedi Fallen Order. It's a great game, and this poster is just, ooh, epic. And if we move over here to the top of my dresser, here's what remains of my Jabba's Palace setup for my Black Series figures. This is probably one of my favorite setups I've ever built. I love this thing. This throne is completely custom. It was made by Hope's mom. We bought the styrofoam pieces for it, and she just went to town on it. It's completely custom. It's beautiful. I love it. I definitely want to bring it back out in the new space. That Jabba the Hutt figure is awesome. Slave Leia figure down there next to him. You got Bib Fortuna there, just whispering dirty thoughts into Jabba's perverted mind. C-3PO is standing up next to Han Solo in Carbonite. It's not the official figure. It's a 3D printed model, which is fine. I don't need an official Han Solo in Carbonite. The 3D printed one was cheaper anyway. Oh, we've got Black Chrysanthemum here, and then Zero from Mandalorian. I think that's his name. Max Rebo. This is actually the vintage Max Rebo. They don't make a Max Rebo in the Black Series, and I don't think they ever will. So I just kind of bought the vintage figure because I got this little piano thing for really cheap from a local like comic book shop. And then just for fun, I threw Stitch in there for set dressing. He looks kind of at home there, just hanging out in Jabba's palace. I got this 3-pack of the 3 3/4 inch Dancer Girls, and they're hanging out here. This is Appo from Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I put a cloak on him, and now he's like a clone in hiding or something. There we go, that looks better. So he's like a clone in hiding now. He's just hanging out in Jabba's palace. There's Lando in the Skiff Guard outfit. He's currently guarding Jabba. He's actually not supposed to be Lando here. He's just a random Jabba's palace guard. Hondo, of course, celebrating with a Corona beer. I don't know what he's celebrating, but he looks very happy. Pro tip, if you ever want 1/12 scale accessories for action figures, Ali Express is wonderful. It's where I got a 12-pack of Corona beer bottles. And if we look back here on this little bar area, we've got a little thing of like high-grade scotch, probably, a little beer glass, and then a 12-pack of Fanta over there. That all came from AliExpress. So did this bar thing here. We've got Marion and Indiana Jones chilling at the bar, along with a Hoth Rebel Trooper. My headcanon for this guy is he left the Rebel Alliance after the Battle of Hoth, and now he's a bartender in Jabba's palace. Also, there's Boba Fett hanging out behind Jabba. And look, there's the box for the Corona beers there. Ah! Hondo just fell. I knocked him over. Hondo's dead now. Everyone put RIP Hondo in the comments. Back here, we've got a 3D printed couch that I got off of eBay. There's Bosk and Dengar hanging out back there, along with Cad Bane. He's drinking a Fanta. Those pizza slices are from the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. I got them on AliExpress too. They're knockoffs, like complete knockoffs, but I don't really care. I just want them represented on my shelf. And the pizza slices work really good for these guys. There's Cobb Vanth too, hanging out in an AliExpress little chair there. There's a grill with pizza on it, and then a little television. I like to picture these guys are watching like the Tatooine football game or something. And then here's 4-LOM and Zuckuss hanging out over here, along with this little stand that has the fertility idol on it from Indiana Jones. Not accurate at all to actual Jabba's palace on Tatooine, but this is my take on it, and I really enjoy it. It just looks like a fun place to hang out on a Friday night, doesn't it? And then behind all that, we've got a wall of pops. They're kind of divided into little spaces here on top. That used to be my most expensive pop. That's the original Winter Soldier up there. He's in a hard plastic protector, not a soft plastic one. I got him from a local comic shop for like $5. They didn't know how much he was worth. So that was, for a while there, that was one of my best finds in my collection. We've got some signed pops up here. Signed Dumbo, Jules from Pulp Fiction, signed Bugs Bunny, Vincent from Pulp Fiction, and signed Darla from Shazam. We got some Bachmans over here too. We got Bachman Oliver along with carbonized Boba Fett and a Bachman LBSC Thomas. These guys have never been run before. They have been shelf pieces for a long time. We've got some American style Funko Pops. We've got Red, White, and Blue Superman, Captain America, Iron Patriot, Abraham Lincoln, Ronald Reagan, and then the Evil Orange Man. We've got Han Solo below that, Tony Stark holding the Iron Man helmet, Grand Admiral Thrawn, the original Thrawn, War Machine, and then Robin, Superman, and the Joker from the original DC line. Some pops back there. You can't really see them though. There's Old Man Logan, the convention exclusive Doctor Strange, Dead, Barbossa and the Monkey, Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker, Thor from the first Avengers, and then the droid that pilots Star Tours, what's his name? DJ-R3X, or Rex. And then there's a knockoff, see if I can get a little closer here, a knockoff Rob Stark. I got that on eBay for really cheap and didn't realize it was a knockoff until it got here. That was back when Game of Thrones pops were actually worth something. They're worth literally nothing now because the show sucks. Or rather, the ending sucked. This should look somewhat familiar to you. This is where I used to shoot Thomas Wooden Railway reviews, back when I used to do that consistently. We've got the other Wooden Railway items I have yet to review from the new line. They're sitting in front of my Switch games, my physical Switch games. Some more pops over here on top of this Windows 95 computer. This is a cute little Lego set. Hoping I got this a few years ago, right after we got engaged. So, that's cool. I think I want to move this to my office, though. It's really not doing much over here. There's a big Wolverine figure down there. Some miscellaneous Marvel Legends that need to be boxed up. Snoopy Squishmallow. Winnie the Pooh Squishmallow. Terminator 2 Judgment Day Special Edition VHS set that I need to do a supplemental on. And then, finally, we've got another big shelf over here, my original childhood bookshelf that is full of clones. This is the clone setup, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's a better view of them, don't you think? We got some statues back there. There's Iron Man from Avengers Endgame. And then Thanos from Infinity War. Up above that, got some signed prints. That one is signed by Alden Ehrenreich and the new guy who plays Chewbacca. Junis, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. That, I'm pretty sure, is a fake signature from Stan Lee, but it was really cheap and it looks cool. That's a cool print of Jean Grey from X-Men Dark Phoenix, even though that movie stinks. I did like the new actress who portrayed her. She was also really good in Game of Thrones. There's me in Hilton Head, 2009. Look at me, I'm a stud, aren't I? And then a really cool print of Thanos. We got some Lego minifigures up there. There's Sorcerer Mickey, Evil Queen, Queen of Hearts, and then Tweety Bird, Marvin, Daffy Duck, Lola Bunny, and Wile E. Coyote. Up here, we got a picture of Lando. That's my son, and he's our first baby, because he was. And then Sal Cano's autograph. We saw him in person a few years ago. See, there's my ticket. There's proof I was there. But now let's look at these clones. We got some clone commandos up there from the Bad Batch. We've got the clone lieutenant, clone commander. That was actually my first Black Series figure right there. The clone sergeant, I believe, is the green one. Clone captain is the red one. The lieutenant, it took Hasbro a really long time to finally make that, but glad I finally have all of them. Camino clone trooper, a lot of Phase 1 clones. I think 3 of them so far. There's the first Phase 1 trooper and then a couple of the newer ones. Hasbro's coming out with another one that has a removable helmet, so I think I may need to pick one of those up too. There's the first Phase 2 clone. There's a jetpack trooper, a battle droid, a shock trooper from the Bad Batch, shock trooper commander, I guess you could call him that, and then the regular shock trooper from that Entertainment Earth exclusive 4-pack. Another clone jetpack trooper. These guys are 313th troopers, I think. They're the clones from Jedi Fallen Order that killed Cal Kestis' master. There's an Archive 501st trooper. There's Rex, along with 3 of the new clones with removable helmets. See if I take this one's helmet off here. Hang on. You can see they've got a fully painted head underneath. And then there's the helmet. I like these a lot more than the old style clones that didn't have removable helmets. So that's cool. We got 3 of them. Again, there's Rex in the front. I have like 4 of these Archive 501st Troopers. I bought a lot of these back when they first came out. One of these 501st Troopers is from the 4-pack that was exclusive to Entertainment Earth. It came with a 501st Trooper, a shock trooper. This green guy back there, he's like the attack battalion trooper, I think. And then a 212 trooper there. And we've got some, they're not clones. They're part of the new Stormtrooper squad that Crosshair commands, but they're in clone armor. They're clones to me. Super Battle Droid, awesome figure. This group of clones back here is actually a custom group of characters that I've created. They're known as Skull Squadron. Technically, they're the Halloween figures that Hasbro released a few years ago, but if you follow me on Instagram, there's an ongoing series with these guys in them where they're trying to rescue Commander Appo up here, which we've already saw an Appo variant, but this is the Ali Express Commander Appo. But these guys are cool. There's the three of them there, and then their commander is Commander Spine. He's up here because he looks really cool. It's actually the ARC Trooper from Battlefront 2, but doesn't he look like a skull? I'm here for that. The first release of Commander Gree, Commander Bly, and Ali Express Trooper. This is Hardcase, Clone Pilot Hawk, my third Jetpack Trooper. These were like half off clearance prices at GameStop, so they were like $10 a piece. Clearly I bought a few of them. The original Commander Cody with a custom holographic Darth Sidious there telling him, execute Order 66. And Ahsoka Clone Trooper, and then Mace Windu's Clone Trooper. Don't remember what battalion he's from. And then underneath that is my bookshelf, where the books have been kind of removed. There are some books back there. We've got a lot of my Star Wars paperbacks back there. It's kind of hard to tell with the wide angle here. I think we'll go back to standard angle. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. I packed up a lot of my hardcover books and moved them over to the apartment now, but a lot of these paperbacks need to be boxed up. Down below that, though, is a lot of my comic books, like my graphic novels and stuff. Down there, some more paperbacks over there, along with my Knapford Station box. Still have it after all these years. So moving on from that shelf, here's my bed. It's not really usable at the moment, because I've just been pulling random stuff out from different places. What's going to go to the apartment, what's going to go in the garbage, what's going to go in the basement here, you know, that kind of deal. But we've got all kinds of stuff on here. An eclectic mix, really. Do you want a giant stuffed animal of Stitch sleeping? We've got that. Do you want a little pin of Mickey Mouse? We've got that. Do you want Commando on Blu-ray? Or High Noon on 4K? Or 16 Candles on Blu-ray, all from various studios? We've got that. So do you guys want an old HP laptop that I used for YouTube after that one's screen died? And I used this for YouTube until I got my new one? We've got that too. I use this one primarily to... Why did this one fail again? So you can see I use this one primarily for handbraking stuff. And I don't know why Blow from 2001 starring Johnny Depp, he's not encoding. It's annoying. Do you want a car air freshener that Hope got me? We've got that too. Or hey, how about Minecraft soap? Diamond scrub. Yes, I own this. Hope got it for me. We've just got all kinds of stuff on here. A really cool art print of Cassian Andor. Stitch with a little thing of hot chocolate whipped cream on his nose. I'm a big Stitch guy, in case you didn't already know that. I've got Stitch plushes like everywhere in this room. Do you want a Stitch dressed up as a spider that I got at Disney like 2 years ago? We've got that too. So this is the bed. It's a queen size bed. I've had it for years. It's been really good. Really liked it. Good bed. 10 out of 10. This wall back here has changed quite a bit over the years. This used to have a bunch of Yovel stuff. Like I had a big poster of the 2013 National Championship win. And then up until yesterday, it had a big flag over it. I had to take the flag down because obviously I'm moving here soon. These two pictures are coming down after I'm finished with this video. Hey look, American sunglasses. That's fun. Here's my nightstand. It's a mess. Does anybody want Canadian money? A Canadian dollar? I've never been to Canada. My mom gave this to me. Anybody want it? Taking offers. Here's a Charlie Brown Christmas on VHS. This is cool. It's a little wooden coaster that I got at the fair a few years ago. I've actually got 4 of them. I've got one of them that's the Avengers logo, obviously this Punisher one. One of them that's the back of a 9mm bullet, and then I don't remember what the other one is. Okay, so here are the other coasters. There's Avengers, the 9mm bullet, and the last one is actually the Imperial logo. And now, everyone, here's what the room looks like today. It is October 13th, day that I am recording this little segment of the video. The majority of this video was shot back in January of this year. As you can see, stuff has changed. It's different in here now. I haven't lived in this room the majority of this year. As I like to say, the facility has been decommissioned, and we are in the process of moving most of what's still left in here down to the basement. You can see we've got some plastic bins over here labeled Pops. I have way too many Pops. I'm thinking about maybe getting rid of a majority of them. I don't need them anymore. I'm not really a Funko collector anymore. I haven't been one in a couple of years. And I've come to the realization many times I just don't want to collect Funko anymore. They're not what they used to be. As a company, they're not what they used to be. So, I don't know. That's something I've been wrestling with. My shelves are empty. This big shelf right here that I got from my aunt will not fit in my apartment, which makes me sad because it's a big shelf. It has a lot of space on it. But just save it for the next place, I guess. And yeah, the television is gone, the TV stand, the posters are still up. You can see we've got my Clone poster and my Venom poster here. Those are still here. Amazing Spider-Man 2 poster is still on the door. A lot of memories in this room. It was kind of emotional when I moved out. It all kind of happened really quick, and I was here and then I wasn't. And I haven't really thought about it since then. And now that I'm here, talking about it with you guys, it's kind of like, wow, this chapter is over. And that's sad in a way to think about, like, this isn't my room anymore, but it's also fun because that means I'm now an adult. I mean, I wasn't married when I shot the first part of this video. I'm married now, been married for about 3 months. So good things have happened, and good things will of course continue to happen because I got God on my side. So I guess that wraps things up here, guys. Thanks for watching the room tour, the final room tour of the old Lego Lover 117 studio / my childhood bedroom. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, when I eventually decide to finally give a tour of my office space / movie room / all kinds of different rooms it's basically the spare bedroom of our apartment is. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night, everybody.